Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to this week's weekly energy forecast for the week of October 16th, 2023. Know that whenever you see this, there is something for you. So before we get started, I want to provide a few updates, and there are always timestamps in my videos in the description box below and also in the chat area. So if you're watching this and you're like, I don't want to hear you, you can fast forward. But for those of you that have been following me, I want to express my gratitude and say thank you for being here, for messaging me. I've received your messages, and I truly, truly appreciate you sending me messages of checking in, of uplifting, and simply letting me know how things are going. If you're new here, I'm Christine, an intuitive spiritual coach, energy healer, and I wear many other hats. Welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. I'm going to keep it short like this because I don't want to go off on tangents. There are some changes with the format of the weekly energy reading that I simply want to talk a little bit about. And I really, over these last 6 months, have been connecting to my core values, to the transformations and shifts I've experienced, and to what I'm feeling called to do. And one of my values includes simplicity, and the other is slow living. And that's a loaded word, which is probably due for another video, or even a video that delves more into this. But underneath that all is really being intentional, being purposeful, and finding meaning in what I do. And many of you know that I can talk a lot. I enjoy doing long form content because I tend to process at a slower level, and also because there's so much to unpack. But I really want to tap into practicality, themes that are coming up every week in terms of energy, what we should know about what's coming up for you, and make it easy and on the go, because you don't have to even watch me while I'm doing this unless you like looking at the cards. A lot of this is something you can do while on the go, while you're commuting, while you're cleaning. But I want to be able to provide an outlet of things that are coming up for the week or personally for you. And I'm trying to make these a little bit more tailored, not the word, but perhaps more condensed, shorter. I'm aiming for 15 minutes or less instead of making it long. And we'll see how it goes. I know things evolve. I'm evolving. My channel's evolving, and so many things are changing. So I wanted just to tune you in. It doesn't mean I won't be including astrology, and that's a separate thing I'll get into. I will be mentioning, throughout, sometimes transits, ingresses, things that are changing, but I don't want that to be the main focus right now. So with that there, anything else? Oh, be sure, if you're interested, check out, I am doing a special on the solar eclipse and Libra readings, tarot and oracle readings, for about the next month or so until we ingress into Scorpio season. So until November 22nd. If you're interested, I will link the video below where it's a short video that explains what these readings are about and how to connect with me if you're interested in booking one. I think that's it. Again, I want to say thank you for being here. We're going to get started. Grab a coffee, get ready, do whatever you need to do, and let's go. We're going to see what's in store this week. What do we need to know about? What does the universe want us to be aware of? What's coming up? What I can tell you, whoa, the card flipped. I'm like, is it cheating if I tell you? I got laundry, hanging up laundry. You know when you take laundry out of the dryer or even out of the wash and you hang it up to line dry, because many people don't use dryers, and it just smells fresh. It feels clean, especially if you hang it up under the sun. There's a freshness coming, even though there is tension amidst this freshness. So there are things that we're still working out. There are still pieces where you're like, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this puzzle piece. Am I putting it into my life puzzle? In other words, am I going to fit it in with what else I'm seeing here in this puzzle? Or am I going to discard this puzzle piece or retire it? We got begin again, take your first step. And then voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you. This week, there's a collection, I was going to say, but a collective, not collection, but we'll go with it, a collective conscious opening of emotions. There is an outpouring and almost like an increased sensitivity. Like, think about it if you were a bug. You know how they have antenna? You may be feeling extremely sensitive, more attuned to your environment, to stimuli, to things around you. Sensory input may be higher, and you may be feeling just ultra sensitive this week, and that you're noticing things clearer. I know a lot of shit has been happening and popping off all around the world and in many people's personal lives. And it almost often reflects a bridging between the two. There's internal chaos, internal unrest, a lot of internal things happening within us where we're not completely in a pacific state. And I feel like this is a time of cleaning out, of fleshing out. You know, what's coming right now is a colonoscopy. I've never had one, but for those that have, many have to prepare by drinking some type of charcoal type fluid. And even many people that do use charcoal for cleansing or detoxing, it's that type of effect. Right now, this is a process of purging, of releasing. Things are almost, I'm seeing things folding right now. And things are about to begin anew. You may be feeling a tinge of freshness in the air. And this is relative wherever you are in the world, but you may be feeling the tides are changing. Almost when you're standing outside in a window or near an open outlet, you get a breeze and you just feel it and you're like, something's coming. I don't know what it is, but something's changing. This is what I'm getting right now here. Emotions are on alert. They're open. If you are hiding things or suppressing things subconsciously or unconsciously or pushing things down or avoiding things, no more. This week, this is what's opening up. Literally, a road is opening up. I heard road opener. For those of you that like doing candle work, candle magic, you can do a road opening spell or candle work or ritual or set an intention. There's a lot of different ways. I don't generally do anything with eclipse energy because we're still under this, but you can simply set an intention for whatever comes my way or whatever I'm being illuminated towards. I have faith that it's all working out for my highest good and the good of all. I always keep things very general, especially with the potent energies we have right now. And so be aware of things starting to open. Your canvas is changing. Some of you are recreating or maybe wanting to recreate a new canvas of your life. In other words, there's an energy of freshness while we are still purging and detoxing and letting go of chaos. And that's going to mean something different to everyone this week. If you are feeling a bunch of different emotions, this is coming out to be expunged, to be expelled, to be transformed, alchemized, if you will, into the ultimate source of love. Whether that's love for yourself, love for others, compassion, forgiveness, empathy. But there's a clearing out happening because before we can start anew, we got to clear out the old. You know, when people move, this is what I'm getting right now. Some of you are about to make big moves in your lives, literal physical moves, like you're moving homes, or a big move in your career or in your life path where you're like, I'm not going down this path anymore. I am making a right turn. And you're like, I don't see any signs here, but I'm going to trust that everything is unfolding. What's coming up is to feel what you're feeling. And so many times people say this, crap, I hope I can get this done within 15 minutes. So many times people are like, feel your feelings, but actually sit with them. And what helps me is just taking paper or speaking it out loud. What am I feeling? There are emotion wheels or emotions wheel. Hope I said that right, on the internet. And you can find a bunch of different emotions, synonyms like for happiness, exuberant, joyfulness, etc. So you can pinpoint exactly how you feel. And I suspect many people are going through a bunch of different emotions at this time, but that's going to allow you just to acknowledge this is what I'm feeling. And that's it. That's all we need to do and just feel it. It's the uncomfortable part of what comes up that people try to push down. This is a time for expression, expressing those emotions, allowing things to express themselves. If you're feeling sad, allow that to come through. If you're feeling angry, allow that to come through. There could be a sense of fear because some of these emotions people feel you may not have dealt with before. You may not have gotten comfortable with expressing them or dealing with them, and you may have suppressed them. I'm getting a pushing down feeling. This week is going to be an opener, like a can opener. Opener in terms of emotions, opening in terms of beginnings and starts. You're going to be getting puzzle pieces that are going to fit, and some of you are removing puzzle pieces from your life puzzle where you're like, that no longer fits. So pay attention to this. We have fish here and hearts, chickens. Some of you are starting a journey. Do you see? I'm trying to put the pictures closer. There's a whole new journey. This is so fitting with this, with the eclipse energies. I'm going to pull some tarot and see what else we need to know for this week. What other messages does the universe want us to know, be aware of? Everyone is feeling a lot and has been. You don't even need to title it anything or call it anything. You just know something is shifting right now. Things are shifting course. There's a recalibration, a rebalancing happening. We're about to step into Scorpio season. This is the last week of Libra season. And so we're diving deep. The scales are tipping towards depth. So whatever is coming up to be expressed, it's also allowing you to hone in on what is something maybe that you need to prioritize in your life next, or something you need to let go that has been hanging over you. This is digging deep within your heart, what truly, truly makes me happy. Okay, we have 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. This is air energy. Pentacles are earth. And then we have King of Cups. This is a new deck I got. I forgot the name. I will link these down. I have to get all the tarot cards I use because I've had some people ask me about my tarot and oracle decks. Okay, 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Something is being put to rest here. Literally, it could be you. Because with this energy, there's a time of like a pause, a respite, recuperation energy. And with this energy, I want to be clear because I'm not feeling like do this hastily, do this fast, do this quick, declutter, and start right now and get going. The energy I'm feeling right now is an in-between energy. And so this week, it's awareness. What is coming up right now in my reality that keeps popping up, that's calling me for attention, almost like a knock in your or to your inner soul, because those are the themes that are coming up for you to actually deal with head on. I was going to say one-on-one, so it could be with people. You may be having reoccurring events happening that all have an underlying similar theme. Maybe it's speaking up, speaking your truth, asserting yourself, reclaiming and knowing and owning your value. With this energy, there's an element of, okay, before we start, before we get into this next chapter of growth, before we begin again, which is interesting because I did a YouTube community post where I found a quote and it resonated so much, and it was begin again, and we have begin now. So this may be for many of you a time to begin something now. I'm not getting complete action where you're going forward, but this is a time to actually come to truth with what you want, because there's a clearing away happening. This is a time I'm hearing kill off. So in other words, whatever is no longer working, and I feel like you know, because you're all being led by your heart. You know, when we have a timer that goes off in the kitchen, if you're cooking and you put a timer, you hear it beep. We all have our own internal timers. It's called our intuition. You can call it your compass, whatever you want. But many of you are feeling a pull. It could be a magnetic pull, an urge, a knowing. You're like, I know this is not what I'm supposed to do anymore. I know I'm supposed to go in this direction. Sometimes you know what you're not supposed to do, but you don't know the next steps to what you do want to do. So it's about going with what you're feeling with your heart. That's why a lot of this is coming up. So really identify what habits, belief systems, people, situations, events, and things in your life. This is an amazing time for an assessment. and taking stock. Where are you now? Where do you want to go? And what do you need to depart from right now? Because there's a period that's coming of beginning again, of rebuilding, of growth. And for me, the Seven of Pentacles is about heading towards that structure. Once you can delineate, this is where I want to go, I can start taking that action step. I can start beginning. It's almost as if you're declaring, I want to move. Some people actually have just picked up and moved and they don't even know while they're en route where they're going. Most people like to have some type of plan. And so that's the energy that I'm feeling this week. It's in preparation for this step you're going to be illuminated to. You will get the next step very quickly. And right now, this is really about honoring what you're feeling in your internal compass, in your own little soul timer, what's popping up within you. We have the King of Cups. So again, let me show you the cards because all three popped up. This is going a lot of heart energy. So this is really feeling in to what it is that you're being pulled towards. And this is going to be something that you won't find outside of yourself. This morning when I woke up, I got an image of a crab and I said out loud, wow, I'm getting Cancerian Mother Earth energy. And we always see crabs, hermit crabs, especially I'm getting hermit crab energy, I should say, not crab, because hermit crabs have a shell. They can withdraw and go into their shell, but they can't be 100% protected because there is no door to their shell. Someone could actually pull the little hermit crab out. And so I'm getting this energy here too. You're not going to find what it is that you truly want to do outside of yourself. It's all coming within. This is internal knowings, your internal compass, intuitive downloads, which we have received a lot over the last several weeks, especially during this eclipse. Energetic upgrades. It's all an internal knowing. You see, like when lights flicker, that's what it feels like inside. You may just all of a sudden get an epiphany. And the best way that I can explain it, which is why I keep repeating it, is a knowing. And so something is, and it's interesting because we have illumination here, the light of the moon. And so I feel like as you keep releasing and letting go, simultaneously you're able to build and to grow. And sometimes we don't see it because we're like, what? You know, things are still chaotic, things are happening, things are shifting. It's like an energetic behind the scenes movie set. We don't see it, but it's happening. A lot is working and coming into play. So be aware that simultaneous things are happening right now. And sometimes the answers that you want, they may still remain in the dark. This is truly a message of following what's coming up in your heart. I am using the Karma cards. Let's see what other messages, please, the universe has for us. So much for 15 minutes. I'm going to try, guys. Okay. We have your beliefs, what you value, your resources. We got second house. So I'm using this a little bit differently. Right here. So again, there is a focus. This is Venusian energy, Taurus, second house. Taurus traditionally rules the second house. It is in its domicile here. But this is about values shifting. Many of you, what you're letting go, it's because you now know your value, your worth. I feel like, again, this is going a little bit deeper, but what you're letting go of, it may be connected to how you value yourself and what you value now and how those values have shifted. And it's almost like a materializing type of fact. Sometimes what you've known, what you've seen, what you're used to, you don't see it. You just keep going at it. You keep working at it, whether it's a certain goal you have, a job, a relationship, and all of a sudden, especially in the last several weeks and months, a lot has been illuminated and things are being illuminated at such an accelerated speed. You're like, whoa, just yesterday I was hanging out with this friend and now tomorrow you're like, we're not friends anymore. It's that type of shift that's happening rapidly. So pay attention. I got the call. That's why I brought up values earlier. This is a good time to reassess your values as well as you're letting go. Because as things collapse, as things end and clean out and exit, it shifts who you are. You're completely transformed. There's glares here. Okay, we're going to get some advice from Archangel Michael. Keeping this short, I see the timer. So much comes as well when I do these readings. Okay, thank you. You got two. Another card flipped. Okay. So with Archangel Michael, some guidance. We have number 16. It's almost over. And these reduce to a 7. We have 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and King of Cups. So 7 is a prominent number dealing with relationships. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. So again, this is not the time to actually take or initiate any action. This is a time to metaphorically begin again. It's almost like proclaiming, you know what? I'm starting something new. I am creating this new book. And it's like more of a spiritual, energetic proclamation than it is physical action. Because now you're getting clues of what is feeling good, where your heart is pulling you towards, and what you truly value. There's a time element here because I'm hearing like the ticks of a clock. It doesn't mean it's a race. It doesn't mean you have to have things known or accomplished or done by a certain date. But this is a divine timing element as well. We have 8. Deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. I won't go into it. I mentioned and inferred this earlier. This is a time, an in-between time of getting our shit together. Okay, let's pull a final affirmation that I can leave you for this week. This is a beautiful time, again, to undo. Whether it's clearing out things, letting go, grieving, expressing emotions. Your affirmation for this week: I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become reality. I'm going to hold it up so you could take a picture if you'd like. So for many of you, and we have all these stars, it reminds me of the star card in the tarot, Aquarius energy. We don't have the complete vision unfolding in our head. We know we may be tapped into the feeling. We may have some part of the puzzle. Like maybe you want to live in a certain area, or you're dreaming to become an entrepreneur, or whatever it is. But you may not have the complete picture or pieces yet, or steps. This is about complete surrendering of this right now amidst, again, this is simultaneous energy that's happening this week of allowing, expressing. I keep getting moves. This is the big energy I'm getting. When you're moving, you're doing a lot. You're packing up, you're making lists, you're probably doing a lot of administrative, logistical stuff, making calls, setting up dates in your new home and dates in your old home to turn off certain things, to start new things. It's a lot of different multitasking things all at once. Even though I don't like multitasking, you're doing a lot at once, and this is what's happening right now energetically. Things are collapsing, things are being created. The beginnings that are starting start with your intention and declaration. I hope this weekly energy forecast has provided some insight, has helped you. Always tap into what you were receiving, what you're getting. It's so important because everyone is on their own unique path, even though we are all connected collectively. Tap into what's coming up for you. Let me know this week what has been perhaps the most common theme coming up for you over the last several weeks, maybe this week, today in your life, because that's cluing you in on where new starts may be happening to begin again. Thank you, everyone. Comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. This really helps me as a small channel grow. If there's anything else you'd like to know, comment down below. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.